Hey everybody, this is Shay D. Welcome back to another random horror review. This is Spider Baby, the director's cut. Let's get into the synopsis of this one. This highly influential cult classic from writer-director Jack Hill tells a demented and darkly comic tale of the Merry children, Elizabeth, Virginia, and Ralph, all of whom suffer from a rare genetic malady that causes its victims to mentally regress to a condition of pre human savagery and cannibalism. The children live in the old family mansion, and though under the cautious guardianship of chauffeur Bruno, they manage to terrorize anyone or anything which passes through the gates. So when the family is visited by a pair of distant relatives and their greedy lawyer, a wild night of murderous thrills ensues. Dark Sky Films proudly presents the director's cut of Spider Baby, transferred and restored in high definition from the original 35mm negative under the personal supervision of Jack Hill and featuring previously lost footage rounded out with never before seen featurettes created exclusively for this home video release. All right. So, first off, I believe this movie is from 1967, 1968, somewhere along those lines, somewhere in there. And this is maybe one of the first films of its kind. This movie is quirky, it's unique, it's a bizarre movie about cannibals, and it is a horror comedy, but there is some creepy stuff in it. The dilapidated house in this looks really cool, almost like something from TCM, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, or something. That dilapidated house look, but obviously this predates that by quite a few years. Um, they do break the fourth wall quite a bit in this one, which is different too. So you get a lot of the characters looking directly into the camera or playing into the camera, which is kind of cool and kind of gives it its own little personality as well. You have Lon Chaney Jr. in here, and also Sid Hagen here in an early role, and they both do great jobs. It really is an early slasher. Um, the home is like the trap, and that's where they get their victims one by one. It's almost like an early slasher, but it is this cannibalistic crazy family as well, which is kind of cool. There is one scene where the window is rolled up, and I did notice right away you could see one of the crew members in the window. He's like wearing sunglasses and stuff. I thought that was kind of funny, just a little air and stuff they had in there, but I did notice it right away. I thought it was kind of funny. Um, Lon Chaney does a great job in his role. He's shed some legit, real tears in this movie. Sid Haig does a great job in this. He's creepy, he's crazy, and he's a cool character as usual. There is a cool part in here also where they reference the Wolfman, which is pretty awesome because Lon Chaney Jr., who does star in this movie, did play the Wolfman, so they kind of throw a little reference in there, which I thought was pretty cool. Obviously, this is a black and white movie. It is shot really well. The lighting and the use of the shadows is really cool, as done by director Jack Hill. Really good use of the shadows and some real good camera work. Some of the stuff I believe maybe is ahead of its time. This is a 60s movie, but I think some of these tricks were used later on as well. Um, this one actually flew right by for me. It didn't drag too much. There wasn't too many lulls in it. I was kind of into the story right from the get-go, and it kind of just it flowed well for me. It had some decent comedy, some decent horror elements all around. Everybody played a good role. The two girls here play good roles. The people coming in, their other family members, everybody does solid with their little bit of comedy and some of their serious stuff. So everybody does pretty good in this. This is kind of a precursor to the whole inbred cannibal family, type movies. So this is a very early entry into that genre. So yeah, I see why this is a cult classic. I thoroughly enjoyed this one. This is a director's cut, as it said, so I guess there's a few extra scenes and stuff in there. This was a first time watch for me. I definitely had a lot of fun with this one. Good black and white flick, good solid flick, just an all around good little horror movie that I was glad to add to the collection. Another cool release from Dark Sky Films. And yeah, this is Shay D, and this was Spider Baby.